staircase up to them in the middle there. And we're pretty certain that the attic window at the far end there is the one that Maggie was referring to. And there are beams up there, and it's now, well, it was laid out as a teenage girl's bedroom, the daughter of the manager here. But there is the attic at this end as well. And I think one of the children, that's their bedroom.
Big attic.
Yes, it was 2 attic rooms really, but pretty big, as you say. And the fire exit, of course, is a modern thing. They wouldn't have had a fire exit like that in Mary Ann's time. This building here looks as if it's held up really through luck, and with that really nasty crack.
Yeah.
But this, I think, would have been here in Mary Ann's time. It would have been one of the farm buildings. And as we walk round here, you can see this wall is a more modern wall. So what has happened, in effect, is that it's divided the original farmhouse, which would have been the farm buildings that would have been part of Griff Farm, that Robert Evans would have farmed, as well as being agent of the estate. He was also running the farm. He'd have men working for him, of course, but it was part of the job that he had this. So none of this wall would have been here, and you'd have come out of the farmhouse into the farmyard. This would have been one of the buildings. But what's happened now is that Whitbread's owned the bit this side of the wall, and the Arbury estate owned the bit the other side of the wall.
I see.
So that's a rather peculiar dividing line in what is essentially one building. But as you can see, it's a building that is almost on the point of collapse. It really is in a terrible state. And I think it would be hazardous, really, to go in there. And quite what form this would have taken, I don't know. But farming has changed and altered over the centuries, and the buildings will change to match it. So the building down there in front of us, with the little 2-storey building with the dovecote, that's the building that is going to become the George Eliot Visitors Center. The building behind will remain as part of the building that is used for storage by the hotel. But this is the one, and as you can see, it looks as if a strong wind would blow it down. And eventually we hope that these refuse things will be moved, because otherwise they detract from the visual appearance. So what we would like to do, if we can get permission from the planners, is to, well, the idea is that this will all be dismantled and rebuilt, because it's in such a poor state of repair that it would be dangerous really to try to restore it. So the idea is to salvage as much as possible and then rebuild it, to make it look as far as possible as it would have done when it was. But what we're hoping, if the planners will play along with it, what we would like to do is to extend this side to this building here, so that would in effect double the space that we'd have here. And the 2-storey building we want to reinstate as a 2-storey building, and then we could use the top floor for storage and keeping our archive, and then the ground floor bit would be an exhibition area, possibly a small meeting room, that sort of thing.
Great.
So that's what we're hoping for. Can't come any further than this because delivery lorries have problems. So that's there because they were knocking bits off. They were knocking bits off the corner.
Oh my!
This lovely arch, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Probably more recent, probably late 19th century. We're not sure. This has evidence of some much older bits, and round here. Notice how, but you can see there's some bits of stonework there, and a bit further along. some of the bricks there are much narrower, which is an indication in England of early bricks, maybe 18th century, possibly even 17th century. And some of the stonework there you can see is similar to the stonework at the base of the original farmhouse. A lot of that is new. It's been restored when they did the restoration a couple of years ago. But essentially, it would have been a stone base, timber frame, and then originally it would have been probably wattle and daub, infill, and then gradually that gets replaced with bricks. So we're hoping that the building over here we can restore and possibly have some timber framing, a bit like we've got here, so that it will complement the building and make a lovely George Eliot Visitors Center.
It really would.
Which would be marvellous, wouldn't it? That's what we're hoping for. Yes. So this would have been the farmhouse that George Eliot would have known, which would have come out of the back door here, straight out onto the farmyard. And you can see quite a lot of farm buildings. I mean, that farm over there is a big building, with only a very small part of it really belonging to Whitbread. The whole lot would have been a state of collapse. But this, and again you can see as you look down there, you can see the way in which the wall bows. There's hardly a right angle anywhere in the building. So
they've got some kind of machinery there. They must